Alright guys, hello, welcome to Thursday. Hopefully you haven't been too bogged down with work. I know I haven't put up too much, just some of my videos and then a worksheet to go along with it. But it's nice outside today. I figured I would do one outside. It's a little bright though, a little bit, but it's nice because then I can move around. Anyway, obviously I'm getting a little stir crazy as well. Hopefully, at some point we'll get back into that classroom. So today we're going to talk about electricity. Why are we going to talk about electricity? Well, in order to have a nerve impulse, you need to set up some sort of electrical potential. And that's what we're getting into. And I'm going to go really slow because we're going to be talking about an action potential, and that can get complicated. I remember when I took a neurobio class, I was like, what? I didn't have YouTube, nor did my professors care. Anyhow, so let's talk about what electricity is. So I drew out a neuron over here. I have what is electricity, and all electricity is moving charged particles. So moving charged particles. What does that mean? So for you physics people out there, this one's right up your alley, and this is something that I actually can draw here. I love drawing these. I don't even know what color I'm using right now. It's so bright out here. I'm looking for my black color. There we go. Alright, so let's say we have something like this. There we go, right? And then we have this. Wait for it. Wait for it. Should start looking like something. And if you had me for 8th grade science, you'll know this is one of my favorite things to draw during the electricity unit. Boom! It's a circuit. We have a circuit, right? And so what's going to move in a circuit? What is the charged particle? The electron. Nice, right? So the electron is going to move throughout that circuit. It's going to go through that filament. Because that filament is so thin, it's going to cause it to get hot and glow. And those are the old school incandescent light bulbs that everybody loved. Now you heat up the charged particles inside a light and they move really fast, and then, you know, they release their, their color, whatever that chemistry lab is. Anyway, this is moving electrons here. The electrons are moving. That is electricity. That's all it is, moving electrons. For us, in our class, we're not moving electrons. We're actually going to be moving positively charged particles, right? So if we can get these positively charged particles to move into the neuron and sort of go through the dendrites and through the axon, then we could set up an impulse, a electric message. So think about that. It's kind of crazy. Like, you have inside of your neuron is like an electric potential, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. And then you could take a particle, like a sodium ion, and it can go in, and boom, it sets up like a electrical impulse, so you can move and talk and listen and speak. And I said talk and speak, same thing. Anyway, so if we look at our neuron over here, of course it crashes. Why wouldn't it crash? It's been crashing like crazy since I got this new iPad. Come on. There we go. So if we look at this neuron over here, we can say it has inside, it has proteins in there, right? It has DNA in there. And because of that, it is negatively charged. It is negative. And on the outside, we have like sodium and calcium and all sorts of stuff. So we could say it is positively charged, right? And if we could just get those sodium ions to go across, whoop, boom, you did it. You made an electrical impulse. All right, so what is that electrical impulse called? We call that an action potential. So what is an action potential? It's just a wave of charged particles throughout a neuron. And what charge are they going to have? positive, right? So it is a wave of positively charged particles throughout the neuron. Now, I'm going to be specific here. It's really going throughout the axon. That's where we're focusing, right? Because it's so negative. So just because one goes in doesn't mean the whole thing. You have to have a bunch going in, and you have to propagate that charge. So it goes positive, 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 positive. We could do that. Now, the next lesson that I'm going to do, which is going to be like right after this, so I'm going to look the same sunglasses, but they're really glasses, same hat. We're going to talk about how we set up that membrane potential. In other words, how do we keep that inside of the neuron negative and the outside positive when everything, all those sodiums, they want to rush in because opposites attract in electricity, right? Opposites attract. It's like subatomic love. That positive and negative, they just want to get together. So the next topic that I talk about is going to be how we keep those charges separate so that when we do have an impulse, when we do have a stimulus, I apologize, not an impulse, a stimulus, that we can have those positives rush in, propagate down the neuron, and cause this action potential, this wave of positive charge, aka a nerve impulse. So I hope that was pretty clear. What I wanted to cover today in this lesson was that inside of your neuron is negative, outside is positive, and in order to get electricity or a stimulus to cause an impulse, we have to get that positive charge into it. All right. Have a good day, I guess. Well, not have a good day, because I'm going to be right back in the next one. So, click on it. Do it. Oh, really, do it. Oh, come on.